Retail and hospitality is changing, with often complex and fragmented systems combined with large volumes of customer data for businesses to make sense of. It's critical to work with the right partners in order to guarantee success. At Tratec Consulting, we help retail and hospitality businesses transform their technology, removing overly bloated processes and creating unified and efficient systems of working throughout. So don't just take our word for it. See for yourself. Tratec Consulting, the leaders in technology transformation across retail and hospitality.
Hi, good evening and welcome to the All Things Borough podcast, the official podcast of Farnborough Football Club and sponsored by Tratec Consulting. Tratec taking your business visions and turning them into innovative reality. Good evening, everybody. I'm Simon. I'm not Simon. I'm Alan. I'm with Simon, sorry, I've been with Simon a lot in the last couple of days. So,
that's how the rumours start, isn't it? That's how the rumours start. Yeah.
How are you doing, Simon?
I'm all right, mate. Thanks. Yeah, I'm waiting for you to get one of these intros right one of these days.
No, I will do one day.
Sixth attempt, 6 episodes, 6 failures. You know, we'll go for lucky 7 next time.
I try writing these things down, but then I just sort of forget it after a while.
I've seen your writings. It's a wonder why you get them wrong. Yeah.
But anyway, so let's get on with it. Yeah. So we are here. We've got a special episode tonight. We've got the Farnborough Women first team manager Craig Shields on and first team captain Leighann May. Good evening, guys. How are you doing?
Good, thank you. How are you?
Yeah, not too bad. You had a busy. You said off air. You had a busy day working today, so we'll try and keep it short and sweet.
Perfect.
And Craig, how are you doing?
Yeah, no, I'm really good, thank you. Yeah, thanks for inviting us back on. So we're not bored everyone the last few episodes. So yeah, thanks for the invite.
We thought it'd be a nice time to get you guys on actually with the season just about literally around the corner. So and it'll get all your sort of pre-season prep done hopefully, and you're in a good place. I suppose that's probably a nice starting point for us, isn't it? Really. How's pre-season been?
Shall I go?
Yeah.
It's been really good. It's a lot smoother than last year because obviously last year was a lot of just learning about just everyone and obviously signing 40 odd players, many of which we're still trying to learn. So it's just been nice to just have everyone together again. We had a little bit of a break, and to be honest, that was weird. Like not seeing the players, not seeing the other coaches and stuff like that. So it's just it's been pretty much seamless, really. I don't know what you think there.
Yeah, I've actually really enjoyed pre-season. Lots of games, lots of training. It's been pretty good. And when we did have the break, actually, I did miss the girls so much. So I'm glad to be back with them all.
Well, it's quite a long break, isn't it, for you guys? Because you have to. Was it the end of season? Is what May, wasn't it, for you guys? Then you don't obviously play competitively until literally September. Literally this coming Sunday, isn't it? So it's quite a long period of time, isn't it?
I think we only had like a month off, and then we got to see each other again. So it wasn't like super long, but yeah, now we're back back in business. Yeah, we're back.
Yeah. How many pre-season friendlies have you had so far?
Millions, loads of them.
I think it's been 7 or 8. I think.
Wow, it's quite a lot. Yeah,
maybe a few more, but yeah, no, it's. I mean, we're obviously the reason why our break was I know you said it was long, but if you think some of the teams in the Women's Football League, like their season was ending in like end of February or beginning of March.
Yeah.
So obviously, thankfully, we had a really successful season last year. So thankfully, we got to play more games. So that's hopefully same again this one coming up.
Last season was obviously a huge success for you guys and for the B team as well. So you won the Division 3 of the Hampshire Women's League, and you were obviously the Hampshire Trophy champions as well. The B team came second. Was it second in Division 6?
Yeah.
And obviously, and they got to a final of the Hampshire Junior Cup as well, which unfortunately they lost. I was at that game. But they also, by finishing second, they earned themselves promotion. So I believe they're in Division 4 now, aren't they?
Yeah.
Right. Okay. Yeah. And you guys are now in Division 1 of the Hampshire League, aren't you?
Yeah. Top division. So
the two double promotions for both teams. That's yeah. What is that in your thinking at the moment? Where do you think that that'll leave you guys? Do you think it'll be? Do you think you're in the right place, or do you think it'll be? Obviously, it'll be a lot tougher. But obviously, getting double promotion. Obviously, you've obviously set the bar really high from last season. You're going to go into it trying and win both leagues again this season, hopefully.
I mean, if you don't mind me taking this one, Leighann, but I think like with us, like the whole thing is we are like in to win whatever we're in. I don't get me wrong, it's football, anything can happen, but it's always the goal. Like like it's if you're not, then what's the point? We're not kind of in it to kind of just kind of take part. So it's always the goal. But don't get me wrong, like I think last season one of the highlights for us was that cup run because we got to play all the Div 1 sides, and they were really interesting from like a tactical point of view, but also for the players as well in how we dealt with that. And when it kind of culminated in obviously beating Basildon in the final, who were Div 1 champions, hadn't lost a game since October, and then obviously we popped up in the cup final, had a really great performance, and we think in terms of levels, we'll see. Like I think Sunday will obviously be an indication of a few things, but no, we've got a good squad. Like I'm really happy. So yeah, we're kind of just sort of the answer is good to be back, and we just want to crack on really.
Yeah, and did you I know you said you only off for like a month between the season ending and well, yeah, pre-season, but I know you said you missed them, but you obviously kept in contact with a lot of them.
Yeah, we literally speak every day. Nearly all of us.
Yeah.
Me and Craig probably speak nearly every day as well. So everyone was always in contact all the time, and there's always a plan going, or we make a plan to go out, or whatever it is. So yeah, it's a proper little family. It's nice.
Yeah, it's definitely like that with the team. We noticed that from word go really with you guys. You all gelled really quickly, didn't you? I think, and you as a group, and I think that showed on the pitch and off the pitch that you guys are all are keen to go on. You're also pushing in the right direction as well. And like Craig said, it's you're in it to win it. Attitude was plain to see from maybe 4 or 5 games into your first season. You thought, what, we could do really well here. Once the results started coming, and then it never looked back really, did you?
No.
Yeah. I mean, I kind of likened it we obviously have management talks, whatever. I likened it to just catching lightning in a bottle in terms of the group and the players, because they've gelled so well, so quickly. And I think the good thing for me is with this group in particular for the first team, you can't win every football match. We will obviously try our very best to win every single one. But I know if we lose a game, and it happened, I think we lost 4 games last year. But every time we lost, we bounced back, and we bounced back double. So it's the thing with this group of even if we have like a bad day or bad moments or whatever, I know every single one of them will bounce back, and I think it's because we had that. And I don't know why it happened. The lightning in the bottle with everyone just connecting really well. But I think it's just because of that, and yeah, it's been really good.
Good. And so as far as this season is concerned, obviously you've had quite a lot of games in pre-season. How's the training been, Leighann, with the team and the fitness stuff? Has the fitness stuff been really, really hard?
It's not as hard as last season, but I think it's because we're in a better place. Like, we are fitter. It's still hard, don't get me wrong, and don't let Ben think that it's anything but because he will push us harder. But the training, it's just everything's got better this season. You can see it, and obviously the help of the management and the physios. We're just in a really good place at the moment, I think, and it's only going to get better.
Yeah, because I remember when we had Ben on here a few months ago with what's his name?
Bernardo.
Yeah, Ricardo. They were both saying that that we should speak to them before the season starts to see what their plans. I think they had quite intense plans for pre-season training for you guys. So I was wondering if that's happened. If it's been that intense?
It has been intense, yeah. There were I think it was a month, every I can't remember what day it was. Wednesday we'd have to go on a 5K, or hill running or whatever he decided that we'd be doing, but it was a lot of running before the proper training started again.
Yeah,
so
it's
how the
always
game's
like that
been?
in pre-season, isn't it? It's always like that in pre-season. You got to kind of do the hard graft, and it's always everyone sort of knows it's going to be, really a tough sort of first 2-3 sessions are going to be really hard work, and you're going to be like proper tired, after running. And then lots of running, sometimes quite boring things as well. But I know the guys, they make the sessions quite fun as well. And if you do that, I think you enjoy it a lot more.
Yeah, they do make it like fun. It's so much fun, and they're such great people. So we're very lucky.
Did you get involved, Craig, with all the fitness stuff?
Not really with them. No, I've been doing like separate stuff, but I kind of, I don't know. I just want to leave the players to do their thing or whatever. But yeah, we've been having a bit of fun with a game called Murder Ball.
I know
Which
Murder Ball, yeah.
you can see from Leihann's face.
No player likes Murder Ball.
No, I actually, they've only done light Murder Ball at the minute, so there's there's another 2 levels to go, but I've spared it from them this year because they have worked like really hard. So
yeah,
and we like our aim is always to be the fittest team in the league. We were last year, and it's there's no sort of coincidence that we score a lot of late goals. Like it's almost by design. That we just keep going and we just don't stop, and that's kind of the mentality that runs through it. So so hopefully again, even though we've gone up to Div 1, it's the same with the B team as well. Really, the aim is to make them incredibly fit as well. And everyone has got the tools to do that, even though everyone's got their jobs and all that stuff with us. But we want to be a fittest team, fittest club again this season.
You mentioned the B team. What we'll bring it up now, because obviously Dan and the management team of the B team left, and you've got a new management system in place there. How's it been recruiting more players to the B team? There's quite a few of them left in there with Dan as we thought they might. Gone over to Ash, and then got to get a few people in.
No, to be honest with you, the transition's been like really smooth. I think it was, and like I wish Dan and Blaine like all the best of luck. Like I had a lot of conversation with Dan, and he was always kind of upfront with everything. And I think he knew that I knew what was going on before he'd even thought about telling me. But everything was fine.
Were you aware of everything of anything going on?
Yeah, massively so. But it was all okay because they had ambitions if they didn't want to, they wanted to take their own team and their own club, and it was I think it's the thing of like not just them, but like us starting last year has kind of inspired a few other clubs in the area and further afield to start, which is fantastic that we're kind of role models for that. And it's great to see because it only helps women's football. But but in terms of like the players leaving from the B team and that, I think I had a conversation with a lot of them. And they asked for conversations with me when they were deciding, and like being completely honest, I told some of them to go, quite simply because they're weighing up their options in terms of like they want to play in the first team, and unfortunately we can't offer first team to every single player. So we kept in touch with quite a lot of them, and because this is football, you never know what happens down the road and stuff. But most of it was absolutely fine, all kind of like professional stuff, and some of them wanted to kind of make a decision, but maybe we couldn't kind of give them the time for that because obviously we've had players like like chapping at the door to come and sign for us, so we can't keep them waiting. So it was a whole like process like that. So I think for like the ones that have gone to Ash, like it's all been done like in a a really good place. Some of them wanted to go, some of them were a bit torn. But wish them like genuinely like all the best of luck to everyone that's gone over there. And like I said, it's good to have a proper club, proper women's kind of football team in the area. So it's only good for women's football in general. But best luck to them.
How's that left the B team now in terms of players? Have they the new management structure? Have they managed to recruit in replacements essentially?
Yeah, so it's very different. So we have got a kind of a load of new players in, which I hope we can maybe speak about over the next kind of couple of weeks. I think probably come out on social media or whatever. But yeah, it's changed quite a bit. There's a core that's remained, and obviously we've brought some new ones in. Obviously Penn is taken over, and she's got like incredible football knowledge. She's got really good experience in playing the game, but this is her first managerial role, so I actually think it's kind of perfect for her. In terms of like stepping up and being one of the main people. But like from like the day one conversation I had with her, she's been great to work with, and like she understands kind of the kind of ethos of the club, where we're going, what we want to do with the B team, etc., etc. So yeah, it's been really seamless, and there's been no issue at all with anything on our side in terms of the structure and where we want to go.
It's nice that I did see. Sorry, I did see that the B team have changed their venue now for their games. Not playing at Bowhunt anymore. They're going to be at Farnborough North. Is that right? For their home games. Is that correct?
Yes. Yeah, so they will be at the Ship. I think it's behind I think there's a pub there called the Ship. Yeah. Which is I'm not sure if it's quite ready yet. They were relaying the pitch or something like that. But yeah, that's going to be used for the B team, and as I'm sure Leighann will speak about in a bit, some of the young girls teams as well. So it's just for Farnborough women's and girls football, which is it's pretty cool to have that situation that it's kind of theirs that they can use, and it's a little bit of obviously the first team play at the stadium, but it's a home from home for our women's and girls setup, which is, once we get it up and running and going, is going to be brilliant for us and all the teams.
Yeah, it's really good. Like of development side off the pitch as well as on it, because obviously a lot of fans probably look at the ladies team and say, oh, they're doing really well and on the pitch, but what's happening off the pitch? So obviously off the pitch wise, you've got that improvement, not playing at a school pitch, with just literally goals you're rolling in and rolling off. You actually got a proper pitch. You did development D. You played the play development side of things as well, like the pathway that you guys announced at near towards the end of last season as well. You've got your the age groups wise. Was it under 12s, under 14s, under 16 teams? Is that right?
Yeah, that's it. Yeah, under 12s, under 14s, under 16s. We had an awful lot of interest, and I think in like some regards it was probably a little bit overwhelming, and I think we probably in some ways weren't prepared for some of it. But yeah, like I think I said to you guys last year, if we got one team, it would be incredible. And we've got three, and so we're excited for this to be like the first kind of bricks in the foundation of Farnborough women's and girls football. So yeah, it's fantastic.
I know like the club is obviously trying at some point, they were trying to sort of encourage you girls and other your other teammates to sort of get involved in sort of the coaching side of things with the younger teams. Are you guys, any of you guys, involved in that, especially with this new teams that have come in?
Me and Katie are the managers for the under 16s girls.
Oh, brilliant.
I think I can't remember the girl's name who's the under 14s manager from B team. Craig, what was her name?
I can't remember who's helping with that one. I'm not sure. I thought it was wrong. I don't think we've sorted that out quite yet.
Oh, okay. I think there's a girl from the B team. She's the manager for like the under 14s, and I think there's someone else involved with the other one as well. So we're all getting stuck in. And yeah, it's pretty cool. I really enjoy it. Katie really enjoys it. Keeps us busy.
Yeah. Is it something that you're specifically interested in, coaching wise?
So one day I will be taking over from Craig.
Official.
My daughter, yeah, official news. My daughter, she's in the under 16, so she's asked if this is what I do, and so I've done it. And well, obviously Craig asked as well. They know to them. So here I am.
And how many sessions have you had with them?
5 or 6, I would say. We've had one friendly. We're just waiting for the Ship pitch to be ready, so we can squeeze another one in before the season starts.
Oh, brilliant! And when does the season start for you guys?
I think it's the 16th, but I'll have to double check. I did try and check before I come on.
Yeah, the under 12s is run by Lisa from the B team, and then it's Mel, Jade, and Leah as well from the teams are helping. And the under 14 is a guy called Mike. And I think there's someone potentially going over to to help him. But it's one of those things on my to-do list that I need to double check to see if he needs an extra pair of hands. So yeah, but no, the girls have been amazing in terms of helping with that. So
yeah, I mean, it's something that the club has tried to sort of encourage the girls to do to help sort of, I don't know, maybe give something back to the club by helping them out with these younger teams. So it's good to see that there's a lot of you guys, Leighann, yourself included, that are willing to. I know because obviously you've got busy lives, you've got your mum and you've got work and stuff like that, and a family to run. But it's good that you're doing this as well to sort of give back to the club and help out the younger girls to hopefully progress through the levels.
And there's a lot of talent there, so hopefully got good things to come.
Yeah, it's also from a player point of view as well. It's always good for them to see that. So they've got someone coaching them who's actually in the team and playing.
Yeah.
So it gives them that incentive to say, well, if she can do it, she plays. I'm better than her, so I could play. You know what I mean? That sort of thing. So,
Yeah.
It's good. It's definitely a good thing. Yeah. So it's nice. Sometimes it's great. Also, it's great having a manager like Craig who doesn't play at all, but just can take a step back as well. So it works both ways a lot of the time. But in the development team, it's always good when you've got someone who's actually in the team playing. They can actually see that, do you know what, she can play. I can do the same thing. So it's a good example to set, I think.
Yeah, I do. I agree with you. And Katie obviously is a great striker, so we've got that there. Me being a defender, we've got that there. We're a great team.
Yeah,
it works really well.
Cover both ends of the pitch. Cover it in both boxes. Yeah, exactly.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah, so brilliant. So with the B team, there's obviously there's going to be a few. You said, Craig, there's going to be a few announcements of some re-signings and new signings there. But as the manager, is she going to have some help with her as well to sort of run things with the club, with the manage the team? You said it's
she's
a
got
sort of appointment, really.
Yeah, so she's got some help in there already. In particular, obviously Eddie, who I think most people will know around the club.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, that's the response.
Yeah, great. He's a great guy. He does mini kickers as well on Sunday mornings as well. He's a good lad.
Yeah, he does. Yeah,
loads of energy. Really nice chap.
Yeah, so he's helping. So he's stepping up into a kind of a more important role than kind of what he was doing last season, which he wants to do. He wants to take further responsibility on. So yeah,
that's good. So anyway, we'll move on to the first team now. Can you talk us through some signings, Craig? Who's any new faces around the team the next season coming up?
Old faces, and old faces as well.
Yeah, old faces as well. I mean, I'll kind of just talk in general because otherwise I'll forget someone. But I mean, look, our priority in terms of like even before the season ended, even before the cup final, was to keep the bulk of the first team squad. Thankfully, that was relatively easy, because everyone's just, like I said, lightning in a bottle, that kind of stuff. So everything was done pretty early, and we had some targets of players that we wanted to sign. Kelly in particular was one. I've been trying to sign her for 3 years, so thankfully managed to get that one over the line. And then obviously, I'll name another one as well. Farah in particular really impressed in the trial. I'd kind of known about her anyway, and it was sort of she can cover like a number of areas that we felt that we needed.
He was one that you spoke to when we spoke to you at a game. I think it was a men's friendly, and you spoke to us about her, saying how good she was and how fit she was to get to play in multiple positions as well. And you were lucky to get her.
I think it's like a thing with like a few of these, and even the existing ones as well. It's not a case of like where they are now. It's like I get excited about the potential. So there's a few in the first team from last season, like Izzy, Tally. I'm going to end up naming half the team again, but I'll try not to. But like, there's a few where like if you look at where they were at the start of last season, Leighann as well, to be fair, and where they ended up at the end, it was a monumental shift and like a monumental change. And a lot of that comes down to like their attitude. And how they took everything on board and drove it themselves. And we always say to players, like, you have everything you need. You've got Ben and Bernardo, you can do your gym stuff or whatever. We can give you that. We can give you the Wednesday session, Thursday session. You got the matches, but like it's on the players to take it and drive it. And thankfully, we've got a group that do that. And I think with some of the new signings, which I think we've still got 3 new signings to announce, I think. And they've still got levels to go, which we're not. I'm sure we'll come on to Farnham in a bit, but like we're not trying to be, and never have been, like we've got this money, we're going to spend this and sign all these ready-made talents, because we're not at that place where we can do that. But what we want to do and what we're excited about is bringing players in and making them better and making sure that they never hit their ceiling. So that's what we're driven by, because like I said, I haven't got millions of pounds to spend, and to be honest with you, with this group I don't really want to spend millions of pounds, because really happy with kind of what we have and watching them grow and develop, whatever age they are.
As far as re-signings, obviously you've made a number of announcements over the last few weeks, Leighann included. I had a little look on full time on your playlist of full time, and I couldn't remember who was who from last season. But have you got everybody that played last year, or have there been some exits?
So there has been a couple. I think one was still kind of seeing what happens. One probably notable exit was Maisie. So obviously she was kind of keeper for us alongside Morgan. Again, had a good conversation with her. She's obviously brilliant, a lot of potential. And she's obviously, she lives a bit far away. So there's a few factors at play there. And she's obviously playing at Hersham and dual signed with Slough. Again, like, best of luck to her. And it's, sort of thing, you never know what happens in the future. But yeah, like I said, like I think the majority were willing to stay and wanted to stay in that. So we're really happy with the squad.
And obviously, in regards to Leighann and Georgia at the back, we've got the solidity still there, the devastating centre back combination there.
Yeah, we're still there, going strong.
You guys,
reluctantly with Anna.
Oh, bless her.
How are you finding? How are you and the girls are finding all the new additions? How have they been?
They've settled in really well. They've all come in. They're all strong. I'm happy with all of them. Like just super strong.
They take into, because obviously you've played quite a few friendlies so far, and have they all sort of taken to the system the way Craig and the team want you lot to work? Have they all taken to it well? And Craig's giving a little wry smile there.
I'm gonna say yes. Like obviously they're gonna get used to how we play, how we do things, but they have slotted in really well. And like I say, I'm happy with all of it so far.
Yeah, well, I went to the Brentford game. Obviously, after the Hartley game, there was obviously 3-3, and you guys were 3-up and coasting, and it all went a bit wrong at the end there. I thought you guys played really well against Brentford. To be fair, because Brentford are obviously in a higher league. Yeah, they had a couple of. I think they had a few B team players playing as well, but a bit of a mixture from them. But I thought you guys played really well in that game. What I've been used to seeing, really, just solid defensively, and worked really hard and took your chances when they came. Obviously, Eddie got a couple of goals as well. Which Jenny does. I thought you guys looked really good. To be fair, I was quite looking forward to the season starting.
Yeah. It's go on, Ian.
No, I'm done. You go.
Oh, okay. Friendlies are an interesting one. I smiled a bit because I will try things in friendlies. I will take the blame for the Brentford collapse somewhat, because we had a plan of what we were going to do and what we were going to change at what time and whatever. So made some changes, and it didn't work out. But then you learn from that. It's kind of stuff that you wouldn't do in a normal match. It's like there's a couple of teams out there that I've seen that got so excited about a preseason friendly win, or they're unbeaten in preseason. I don't think I've ever had a good preseason. But then the trophies aren't given out in preseason, so
no. Well, I was gonna. This will be a good talking point, actually, because I'm going to get both you, Craig, Leighann, your views on this, because me and Simon have had a couple of sort of discussions about pre-season and sort of the importance of pre-season, what's important in pre-season. So, as a coach, I don't know if you agree, Craig, but as a coach, I'm not necessarily looking result for results. I don't care if we win, lose, or draw. It's about what they do on the pitch. If if they do what you're setting out as a plan. Now, obviously, I know as a player, Leighann, it doesn't matter whether it's a friendly or a game. If you lose, it hurts just as much. So I just want to see and this is where Simon and I differ, because Simon wants to win no matter what. Obviously, I want to win no matter what as well. But in terms of friendlies, what do you guys look for, as far as not results, but as far as like what you're trying to achieve?
You
Go
going,
you,
Craig?
Craig.
If you want me to go, that's fine. It's interesting. Like, I obviously want to win. Like, being a Celtic fan, used to winning. Throw a temper tantrum when we don't win. Thankfully, it's rare. But yeah, it's that thing of like, like when I was, became a manager a few years ago or whatever. Like, I start looking at things like. So like this season in friendlies, like we had a friendly in particular. I think we went 3-0 up really quickly. I think it was about half an hour or something. It might have been 4-0. I can't remember. And so there's no point in running what we were doing then. There's literally no point at all. So I like to look at us in a place of, if things happen during the season, like I lose a centre back, or we need to change formation, or we need to, play a certain way, or whether who can do those jobs and who can do those roles for me potentially. So, I've quite often in the friendlies like played players out of position, because I think it's always a case for me of like where, like, obviously a manager want to win, all that kind of stuff, but it's always from a player development point of view, and I want to push them outside of their comfort zones, to see what they've got, where they're at, and we do it at training as well. One of our players the other week in a training session, training game or whatever, I think I literally told about 3 or 4 players on the other team to target her to see what she had, and she did really well. I think she was a bit annoyed that it happened, but it's just that whole thing for me and like all the management team of, we need to make these players as good as they possibly can, and I think the whole friendly thing is through. That's kind of what I look for. In terms of what I have a limited amount of time. It's like at training, you get an hour and a half or an hour. Like, you have to maximize that time you have players. In the friendlies, you only have so many. You have to maximize what you do with that time. You have to get the most out of it. So that's what I look for. Don't get me wrong, we had many opportunities to play teams that we probably would have beat 10-0, or 16-0 or whatever. It's a waste of time. Absolute waste of time. And we purposely played, I think it was 3 really hard teams, and we learned so much from that, that you get more out of that than the easy wins. So
and what about you?
See, I play to win, obviously, but at the same time, I kind of like to see what Craig does like with the changes. Sometimes you will see me shoot and look as if to say, what the hell are you doing? But 9 times out of 10, it's actually a good decision. So I can kind of see what he's doing, and I do like to see like the girls in other positions, see what strengths they have, see what weaknesses they have, and like kind of take it from there. So I kind of see it from the coach's perspective a bit more now that I'm coaching. But still, play to win.
Yeah. I suppose looking at the thing about friendlies, etc., etc. Obviously, we've got might bring us on nicely to this weekend's game. We've got, obviously, you guys are in the FA Cup for the first time, this as a club, and you've got a reasonably tough draw against Farnham Town, who are also a new team. If people are not aware, and they've obviously they're in a bit where they've gone straight into the regional division, which is a league or so higher than you guys, isn't it? So it'd be a tough.
Gone into the regional. I don't.
Yeah.
So they're sorry,
I don't think they're in the
Premier,
regional,
so they tried to go to Tier 4 straight away, I believe. But yeah, they're Tier 7, which is technically the same as us.
Okay.
Yeah, I thought so.
I know the manager, Martin, from my playing days long ago. So I've had a few conversations with him. I know they were looking at trying to get into regionals, but how are you feeling, Craig, with that game coming up this weekend? It should be an exciting match. Obviously, we're at home, which is nice. Yeah, it should be good. Obviously, we're keeping an eye on their pre-season games, and they've obviously had some decent results. So yeah, are you looking forward to it?
Yeah, it's an interesting one. It's obviously a difficult one. Like, I probably, from both points of view, we'd probably have rather played other teams. And I think it would have been nicer if this was like first round proper. But it's probably the kind of the biggest women's football match in the area for maybe ever. I don't know. But yeah, no, like what they've built over there and the players they've attracted and all that kind of stuff is they've done a really good job straight away. And obviously, like you said, they've won. I think it was 9-0, 15-0, and racking up a lot of wins. So, and I know pretty much all of their squad from whether I've been against them or even in some cases had them with me. So yeah, look, they've I think they wanted to go into tier 4. I think they've beaten tier 4 teams. I think they've said their quality is at a tier 4 level. So yeah, you've got to kind of admire the confidence of that, and I know they've got a real quality squad there. So they've done well putting that together. But we'll thankfully we're at home, so I think that gives us a bit of an advantage. And yeah, we're just looking forward to the game. It'd be nice just to get the season started and underway, and yeah, it should be a good one.
Yeah, in terms of just anyone listening, I think games this Sunday, isn't it? 1st September at Cherrywood, 2:00 kickoff. Is that right?
Yeah, that's it. Yeah, 2:00. Yeah,
£2 to get in still.
I believe so. I don't think it's gone up, unlike the milk and bread.
Happy days.
You're looking forward. You're looking forward to it as well. Obviously, it's how are the girls feeling about it? Because obviously, like Simon said, it's the clubs. Obviously, the club's only been going since last season, but it's your first time in the FA Cup. I don't know if any of you have played in the FA Cup before, in previous clubs, but it's for you guys. How were you? Have you all spoke about it this weekend?
We've spoken about it. We're ready. We always up a level whenever we go up against teams like that. So it's something that's what we've been working for. We're all looking forward to it, to be honest, and I can't wait for Sunday.
Brilliant. And I suppose it's a little bit of is it a little bit of the unexpected for you guys, Leighann, as players? Because I know Craig saying that he knows a lot of the team for either working with them before or seeing them about in various other different teams. But is that the same for you guys? Do you know a lot of them or not?
I know their captain quite well. I used to play with her at Eversley, and yes, I know some of them. I don't think they're worried about anything unexpected. They're going to go there with a good head on their shoulders and play the game that they know how to play. We know how to play.
Yeah.
So
I suppose that's Craig. That's all you can do really. Is just that's why you've had all these friendlies and all the games last season, drilling into them how you want them all to play, and that's all you can do on the day really.
Yeah, it's like I said, the thing with us is win, lose or draw. I know that the players have got an incredible mentality and always bounce back. And I think there's been a lot of build up to this game, and obviously, I mean, there's not really any pressure on us, if I'm honest with you. Farnham, obviously, considering their friendly results are, they probably expect to win, and that's absolutely fine. But it's good for us because we have earned the right to go to Div 1 to then enter the FA Cup. And I think everything that we do and whatever comes out of Sunday will be good for the girls because our squad is really young, and they are very much learning. But it's a good reward for us to play against really good players, and that's what we want to do. And it was like last season, we weren't expected to beat US Portsmouth in the quarters. We weren't expected to beat Varsity in the semi. We certainly were not expected to beat Bearsden in the final, but we did. So yeah, it's going to be a good game. Really looking forward to it. So yeah.
Yeah, I mean, like Leighann said, against these kind of teams, you do, and you showed it last season. You do tend to rise to that occasion, to those opponents, and succeed, which showed last season. So yeah, I mean, are the club going to be?
I don't think Brentford were expecting to be 3-0 down to us either.
yeah.
I can tell you that for a fact.
I can categorically tell you that because I was in the crowd. I could say there's quite a few Brentford. And I think you probably had more supporters at your game than you did in the first team against Hartley about 2 hours previously. There's a lot of the Brentford fans there. They looked a bit shell shocked when it was 3-0. I think they were all looking around at each other. Then what have we done here?
Yeah. No, they were lovely though. I must say.
Oh, brilliant. Yeah, brilliant. And as it's obviously the club's first foray into the FA Cup, is the club going to make some sort of special occasion about it on the day? banners or anything like that to sort
of? I feel like
bit...
last season that might have been the sort of thing I might have known, but
Yeah.
I think there's other people involved now that are trying to that can do things more admin-y than me. So I'm not sure myself. I would think though. I would think so, and probably something come out about it.
Yeah. So keep your eyes peeled to the socials in the next couple of days. There'll be some announcements, hopefully. Yeah, it'd be nice they do something. But when's the league season start? Is it the weekend after? And if you know, who have you got?
Yeah. Do you want to go, Leighann?
We got Basingstoke, the week after.
Brilliant.
Yeah. That's at Basingstoke, I believe, isn't it?
It is, yes.
Yeah. And do you know if that's it said where it was? It's something Wesley Complex or something? Is that actually the stadium? Or is it, that's the one, yeah. Is that actually the Basingstoke Stadium, or is it somewhere different?
I think that is where they play normally. It's the Hampshire FA little complex. We got some breaking news. We've actually got a second fixture through from the league. Gosport Borough away the week after. So
okay. Two away trips to start the season.
They're not released. Are they releasing with the fixtures 1 week at a time? Are they?
I have no idea what's going on. I'm gonna bite my tongue here, otherwise I will get in trouble. But maybe you're right.
We've blocked Hampshire FA from this podcast, so you're okay, Craig. You crack on.
We've got the trophy, so it's fine.
Yeah. No, I understand what you're saying. I was saying to Simon yesterday, I've been in trouble before in my own time with having a go at certain leagues and referees and stuff like that, and I've had to sort of rescind what I've said and apologise.
Grovelling apologies sent emails.
Yeah, it wasn't good.
Yeah, terrible. Well, yeah. So it's be a tough start then. Two away fixtures, but obviously, I think with the FA Cup game starting and the type of team you're playing against, and irrespective of the result, I think it will stand you guys in good stead going forward, because you'll sort of know if you do end up losing, then but you'll definitely take something from it. And if you do win and get a result, which is possible, also then you take the positives from that as well. So I think it's a double-edged sword for you, really. It's a perfect fixture, I think.
Yeah, I mean, like we've spent like friendlies playing against like what I'd probably say quality-wise is like tier 4, 5, 6 teams. So, and as Leighann said, we tend to rise to the occasion. And I don't think as of yet, like because of holidays and work and that kind of stuff, we haven't had our strongest squad out yet. I'd probably say in the friendlies, been close to it once, but not quite there. So I'm excited to when September comes, everyone's like available all the time, and the holidays are gone. Yeah. So I'm looking forward to that. But yeah, it'll be good. Whatever happens Sunday will be an amazing occasion for the club. So like I said, 12 months ago, there was no women's team. Yeah. So in 12 months, we now have a double winning women's team that's entering the FA Cup and girls teams. So we're the bigger picture, we're stepping in the right direction, and we've got a good squad.
Absolutely. Yeah, and like you said, it's probably what your success and that is probably the reason why a few others like Ash have started to come into the fold themselves, start up new teams themselves. So that's something you can sort of have a little plaudits, get little plaudits for as well.
I think it's the way the women's game's going, isn't it? It's where it's the development side of it on and off the pitch is really progressing. I think now. I think when Farnborough started their team last year, I thought that was the ideal, perfect time to start it. Yeah. And I think other teams have done it. I think Aldershot are either have got a team or they're looking to get a team
next year, I think.
Yeah, as well. So there'll be another local team. So yeah, it's really good. It's great.
Another Aldershot team for Simon to go and watch.
I missed the game the other day. I should have gone. Yeah. I think it's good for the development of the game. Obviously, people tend to forget that you get the odd person still says, oh, it's rubbish standard, blah blah blah. But you forget that the women's game was it was 50 years behind where the men's game is, but the acceleration rate of the teams is 10 times faster. So I think you guys are catching up fast.
You've only got to look at, like I said earlier, the first team and where they were at the start of the season and the other season to see that. Yeah. It's been incredible.
Yeah, it's also down to the. I'll bring Leighann in here. It's probably down to the attitude of players like Leighann as well, that actually they're willingness to learn and the acceptance of the sacrifices you make as well is paramount to yourselves. Really, you guys have it's a really great attitude to have. I've not really come across it at all in the men's game. As Alan probably will agree with me on, some of the men's team, they sort of get to 17, 18, 19, think they've made it, and you just get loads of jip and abuse. But I find that the ladies and all the women that play just want to learn, and they want to train, and and all that. It's really good. It's really great attitude to have, I think.
Yeah, that's all everyone wants to do. Do you know what I mean? Enjoy it and get better. And like Leighann in particular, I don't want to embarrass you, but she's been incredible captain for the club, and I literally could not have had anyone better. Honestly, she's been an absolute superstar for everything, and all the stuff that she does that I'm probably not aware of, all the little things with the other players and coaches and whatever. But yeah, no, she's been incredible for us.
No.
He's captain of the drinking school as well, I've heard. So
yeah. I might need to go back to school to learn how to drink.
Right, are we? I think we're about to wrap up. I think that's. I think we've asked. We tried to get as much information out as we possibly squeeze in, which is good. But yeah, if anyone is free on Sunday, then come down to Cherrywood, or the Saunders Transport Stadium, as it's now known, and come support the ladies. 2:00 kickoff Sunday. £2 entry, bargain. Get a burger.
You'll be there, Simon, won't you?
Yeah, I'll probably be standing at Roy's van getting a burger. So,
yeah, Simon will be there. Unfortunately, I won't be there. I've got my own other football commitments to do now. But I'll try and get to a few games. I will try and get to a few games as and when I can. But yeah, Craig, Leighann, and to the rest of the girls, the team, if they're watching this, good luck for Saturday. The FA Cup is a big occasion for you guys. Sunday, sorry. But yeah, enjoy it. Enjoy the occasion. But most importantly, just put one more past them than they give us.
That's the idea.
That's the philosophy of Alan there. That's why he's not a manager.
That's my whole coach. That's not my whole coaching gambit.
You read that in Kevin Keegan's autobiography, I think. You found it's on the last page.
Sol Campbell's autobiography, coaching career.
Oh dear.
But yeah, so we'll end it there. Thanks, guys. Craig, Leighann, don't go away. We'll have a little chat when we finish. But thanks for coming on. Like we said, good luck for Sunday. Good luck for the season as well. I'm sure you're all going to smash it as usual.
You.
Thank you,
Simon. Say good night.
Good night.
Night.
Good night from me. Thanks to everybody that's been watching on YouTube. Don't forget to subscribe. This podcast has been sponsored by Chartec Consulting, taking your business visions and turning them into innovative reality. For more information, contact chartecconsulting.co.uk. Good night from me, and we will be back next week with a new podcast.